Taking a look at the race for the council member at large, which was an open seat, Pat Carlson received 17,735 votes. His challenger, Christopher Geisler, received 11,600. So about a 60% to 39% spread there. Pat Carlson becoming the new council member at large here in the city of Coon Rapids, and he joins us now. Thanks for coming in today and talking to us.
Well, thank you for having me, Steve.
How does it feel to be the unofficial winner in the at-large race?
I'm very excited. I'm kind of tired, but very excited.
Very tired because you had to take down all those signs,
oh,
right?
Oh man, the last 2 days been picking up a lot of signs.
Yeah. So, but it feels good to...
It feels really good.
All right.
It's been something I've been thinking about for several years, and it's just nice to have it kind of come to fruition.
I was going to say, what prompted you to run? Now, obviously, we just mentioned this is an open seat. Councilmember Steve Wells did not seek re-election this year.
Well, for, again, several years, while I was working with the police department, I had several people say, hey, you should run for city council. Just with my outreach I've had with the police department and the things I've been doing in the community for 40 years, I've had a lot of people say, wow, you know a lot of people. You should run for council. And, you know, when friends and family say it, it's one thing. My last night to unite, I was up in several neighborhoods, and this is back in 2016. And when I tell folks, hey, you know what, this is my last night to unite. So I've had a great time with you folks, and I tended to go to the same neighborhoods. I had 2 separate neighborhoods. The folks say, oh, you need to run for council. That was their response to me. So when you hear it from other people, it kind of plants the seed. And so I've been thinking about it since I retired. I knew I couldn't be on the council when I was with the police department. That might be kind of awkward.
Right.
So when I retired, I just the opportunity presented itself. When I found out that Steve Wells was no longer running, never would have run against Steve Wells. I have a lot of respect for him. When I found out that he wasn't running, I thought, well, here's the opportunity.
All right. And here we are today. A little bit about your background. You talked about you were with the police department. Tell us about that and your family.
Sure. So I grew up on Hanson Boulevard.
Yep.
And worked for the police department from 1986 until 2017. While with the police department, I had a lot of different roles, did a lot of things. I was a dare officer. I was a detective assigned to the schools. I was active in community crime prevention, night to night. I taught bike safety. I was out at the safety camp every year. I was very active with the police department when I retired. I was also a police trainer for 26 years. So then I retired in 2017. So I have 2 sons. I have 3 grandchildren right now. And my wife, Sue, works at the Coon Rapids Clinic. She's been there for 35 years. Okay. And that's us.
All right. So long-time Coon Rapids resident?
Absolutely. Yep. Grew up on Hanson.
All right. Talk to us about some of the issues going on in the city. What do you see as some of the bigger issues facing the city right now?
Well, right now, a lot of what I'd like to do is to maintain what we have. We have an excellent level of service in public safety. I want to maintain that. Infrastructure, I know that a lot of our old 60-year-old infrastructure is being changed out, but now we need to look at some new challenges. We need a new water tower. We need to think about Coon Rapids Boulevard and continue to upgrade Coon Rapids Boulevard and make it kind of a showcase for our city. I want to be heavily involved in outreach. Outreach. When I was with the police department, it was a huge focus then, and I'd like to be a focus now. I want to reach out to all the different communities we have within our community, and to help people feel like they're part of the fold. Help people to feel like they're part of the city, and love the city as much as I do. So to me, that'll be something I'll be pretty passionate about.
Okay. The direction of the current council. I mean, do you think things are going pretty well, or do you think there's things that you would change?
I have no issues with the current city council. Like I said, what I would like to see, of course, there's always room for change.
Right.
There's always room for change. I would just, the biggest changes that I would like to see, again, it's nothing on the council. I would like to be involved in outreach, see what we're doing now, see what we can do to improve that, and also I'd like to see what we can do to help our business community. We're getting a lot more vacant businesses, right? Office Max just went out by my house. The J.C. Penney, the Sears, the Modern Tool. What can we do to to fill those businesses. And I don't think any of that's the fault of the current council, of course. But I would like to see, what can we do to make this better?
All right.
How can we fill those businesses?
All right. Obviously, too, some of the economic with the current situation we're in this year with the COVID and the reality of that and budget changes, there could be some times ahead here where you have to kind of look at the budget, and there could even be some state funding cuts. So obviously that is something the council will be looking at as well.
Absolutely. And I think the council has done a pretty good job with this 2021 budget. We have to be very careful right now. We have to really watch our budget. A lot of people are tightening their belts because they have to, especially with the current economic uncertainty, and the COVID's probably driving that. So we have to kind of watch our budget as well.
All right. Anything that you heard, obviously you did some campaigning, the messages from the residents that you talked to, things that they wanted from the city?
You know, what I'm hearing the most is, I want a safe community. I want to feel safe in my community. I met several residents who have moved here recently and said, I just want a safe community. And so for a lot of people, that was very, very big on their minds.
Yeah.
Probably the one single issue. Of the complaints, a lot of them were code enforcement related. You know, boy, I wish there was more enforcement here, or I wish there was more enforcement across the boards. But the number one thing was safety.
All right, and certainly what we all want in these times, and it's been a challenging year for that as well. So anything else you want to add before we go?
I just want to thank everyone who has supported me. You know, going out, and I wasn't, we talked earlier, I wasn't like door knocking, but I was going out and putting things on doors, and you come across people every now and then, and oh man, I met so many nice people. Yeah. I met some people, I saw some people from my past that I had a chance to see again after 30 years. I met some great new people, and so it was a great experience. At the end of the day, walking around for a few hours does get kind of tiring, but man, it was a lot of fun. I met some great people, and I want to thank everyone who supported me for this election. I really appreciate your support.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in today and talking to us. Pat Carlson, the unofficial winner in the council member at large race. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you.